Greetings in the name of the Most High. You done know. Welcome to Our Thoughts, Not Yours podcast. I am your host, OG. I am flying solo today. Well, no Lash, no Little Bully. Um, I'm gonna link up with them this Sunday. This past Monday we couldn't link up, and I'm going to explain why. I have had I have had an interesting week so far. Very interesting week so far. A lot of things around me has been going on. Where do I begin? Where do I begin? First off, let me say this before I tell y'all what's going on, before I do my little monologue. You can catch me the YouTube channel here, which is Our Thoughts Not Yours TV. So that's what OTNY.TV, Our Thoughts Not Yours TV on YouTube. You can catch me on Instagram at OTNY.TV. The only thing you'll ever see me do on social media is promote the podcast. I will not promote myself as an individual because I don't I don't like social media. I like it for for the podcast to get the message out there. So it's the only use I have for social media right now. It's just to promote the podcast. As far as Facebook go, those who know me, if you're on my Facebook, that's because you're either friends or somebody I went to school with or whatever. People I used to work with. And for the folks that I used to work with, if you're on my Facebook, that means you made it. Because I don't do that. And if you're on my Facebook, that means, OG, I mess with you. You peoples. So yeah, that's my social media handles. My brother Ness wants me to put that out there more. He also wants me to write scripts. Like, dude, I can't do that. I like to talk from my heart or talk from my spirit. I like to just come from my heart. So when I do my opening monologues, it's what the spirit wants me to speak about. It's what came through me. And a lot of crazy things has been happening to people that I love around me. Not me myself. Your boy is actually good. I'm actually really good. Like ever since I'm going through this spiritual awakening and I have my spiritual brothers, guiding me, I feel good. I'm learning so much about myself. That's the thing that's exciting me the most is I'm learning who I am and why I move the way I move, why I operate the way I operate, why I say the things I say. A lot of stuff I'm learning. Like everything is coming it's coming to a close, so to speak. Everything is making sense. So, with that being said, boy, your boy has had a very interesting week. So, first of all, let's start off with myself. I fucked up this week. I really effed up this week. Well, I kind of effed up twice this week, but one thing I really effed up on. As you all know, my son and I are really close. Like me and Little Bully, we are really close. Like it's my son. I'm his old man. But trust me, that's my G. That's my dude. But with that being said, he's still my son and I'm still his father. So with our relationship, I try to be very careful on making sure this young man has his space to breathe, to be a man. My son and I usually talk every day, but I've been kind of rolling myself back from talking to him every day because one, he lives with his woman now. He's hanging out with his friends. He's in college. He's doing his thing. He's in his early 20s, young man. I'm proud of him. I don't say that enough, too. I'm extremely proud of him to see the man he's becoming. So, what I try to do as a father is I try to give this dude his space so he can do his thing. I don't like to keep, calling him and, you know, I might be interfering. He might be having a convo with his homies and they might be smoking an L or whatever the case may be. He's chilling with his people. I don't want to be calling him in like, yo, who that calling you, son? Oh, that's my dad. You know what I mean? But his friends, they all respect me because they love the relationship me and Little Bully have, they love that relationship. Like they think I'm like the coolest dad in the world. I'm like, nah, nigga, I'm just a down to earth man. I'm just a down to earth dude. I'm very grounded. There's nothing special about me, man. I'm just a grounded dude. With that being said, I like to give my son his space. So Monday, right? We were supposed to link up. Me, Little Bully, and Lash were supposed to link up to do the podcast. And Monday came, no Little Bully, no Lash. I get a text, right? I get a text. I think it was either Monday evening, or on Tuesday morning. I believe it was Monday. I get a text from my son, a random picture. This picture was an x-ray. Follow me. You'll see where I'm going with this. The picture was an x-ray. Now, mind you, I'm a gamer. My son is a gamer. My son sends me all types of shit through text. Like he's always sending me shit through text. And a lot of times it's pictures with no wording on it. I just got to click it and look at it, or it's a video or something. But he never really puts a caption on his picture text. Like, nigga, you got to let your old man know what the fuck the picture is. So anyway, I'm looking at this picture. It's an x-ray of a foot. It didn't register to me. I'm just looking at a picture with a foot. So I'm thinking, like, is this a screenshot from a video game? Like, nigga, what kind of weird ass game are you playing? You know, I'm not into this zombie shit, nigga. I don't fuck with that. It's not my thing. So that's what I'm thinking in my head. Like, my son just sent me some random text. Now, my son is very professional. Like, that dude is like me when it comes to going someplace. He likes to be on time. That nigga show up 45 minutes early, like me. Like, I like to be on point. I'm very punctual. I don't like running late. I don't like being on nigga time, to be honest. I like to be punctual, son. So with the pod, he normally texts me and say, hey, can't do the pod at this time. Let's link up this time. But that day, that Monday, I ain't hear a word from the nigga, nothing. I was like, all right, cool. Because my creative mind is always going, son. Like since I ever started this podcast, my creative mind is going. I'm always thinking of themes and topics to talk about. And this week I already had a show planned, but for my son, Lash, and myself, those topics I need to be different because they're from a different generation, and I'm trying to reach out to his generation because I feel like his generation and my generation and older generations, there's a friggin' disconnect. I hear it all the time, son. There's a disconnect. So I'm trying to get that back. So Monday comes, he sends me that random picture. No pod. We didn't look up for the pod, nothing. So I'm like, okay. Tuesday comes. I get a no, Tuesday comes. Yeah, Tuesday comes. I don't hear nothing from Little Bully. I didn't call him. Nothing. Wednesday comes. I get a phone call in the morning. It's my son. He's like, yo, dad. Like, what up, nigga? I got something to tell you. I like the tone of his voice. You know, when people tell me things like that, I told you I'm not your average human being, son. So I pick up on things real quick. So when the tone of his voice startled me, so I was like, all right, there's something wrong here, nigga. You don't sound right. What's going on, nigga? I was on my skateboard. Oh, once I heard the skateboard, I'm like, nigga, did you hurt yourself? And he's like, yes. That's when everything came to the forefront. That's when everything came together. That's when the light bulb on my head went over. I'm like, Negro, that picture you sent me on Monday, is that in any relation to your skateboard? He's like, yes. I'm like, Negro, what happened? My son breaks his foot. Well, he breaks 3 toes in his foot. He didn't actually break the bone in his foot, but he broke the 3 toes. I don't know the medical terms for the 3 toes that he broke. When we link up to do the pod this Sunday, because he can't go anywhere now for the next 3 to 4 months, he will explain the broken toe and give you all the medical yin yang. Now, he explains to me he's broke his foot. You know, as I'm recording this pod, it is 12:35 in the morning, Friday morning. He had surgery Thursday morning. My ex-wife drove out to the town he living in Mass, took him to the surgery because Lash had some acting gig she had to go to, so she couldn't take him to the surgery. So my ex-wife took him to the surgery. Surgery was successful. I spoke to him today when I was at work. He's good. But I apologized to him twice. I apologized to him the Wednesday morning. I said, son, I am so sorry. I did not know what you sent me was a picture of your x-ray. My bad. But I also told him, I'm like, Negro, you gotta put some context in the picture, my nigga. You send me so many stuff all the time. I'm just thinking like this is a image of a game, and I'm like, what kind of weird ass game this nigga playing? I knew it was an X-ray, but it didn't dawn on me that you broke your foot. My son is not clumsy. He's not accident prone. He barely gets himself hurt. The only time he hurt himself was when he was like playing football. And ironically, he didn't hurt himself on the field. He got hurt lifting weights. Go figure. Well, that my son is not accident prone, so I don't get calls of him breaking something or some shit happening to him. He's very level-headed. So I told him, my dude, next time, please put a picture like, yo, dad, I broke my foot in the hospital. Nigga, I would have called you right then and there. I might even drove my black ass up to the town that he lives in. He lives about an hour away from me. I live in Worcester. He don't live in Worcester. That nigga lives in another town like an hour away. That shit is a pain in the ass to get there. So, we chopped it up. I told him I'm sorry. And he didn't know, but that whole Wednesday at the JP, I was kind of off. Like my spirit was off. Like I was upset at myself, not at my son, at myself. Cause I'm like, damn, son, I failed as a father. Like my son, I guess my son thought, because, his old man is not a dummy. I think my son thought that I would see that picture and call him right away. I think that's what he was thinking. And I should have called him and be like, nigga, what the hell is this you sending me? I don't get it. What is this shit, nigga? Is this a game? No, obviously he would have told me that Monday he broke his foot, blah, blah, blah. Then Thursday, right before I'm going to work, I call my son and I'm like, you good? He's like, yeah, he's good. His mother is here. He had just gotten out of surgery. So he was in the recovery room. And he's like, he's good. He's feeling fine. And I apologized to him again. And then he said, oh, my bad, dad. Yeah, I kind of saw that. I should have sent some. But he's like, it did say Latrell on it. I'm like, nigga. Dude, your old man got one eye. Basically. Yo, shout out to Nez. You know why I got one eye, nigga. I should have listened to you when I was a kid. Never listened to you. So you know why I got one eye, basically. So I'm like, Negro, I can't see that shit. So my son apologized to me and we apologized to each other. And I told him I'm sorry. And he's gonna listen to this podcast. And my son, again, my bad, but you're a young man. And I respect your boundaries. All right. There's boundaries, son. You live with your woman, you got your friends, you're in college. There's boundaries. Even though I'm your parent and even though we have a close relationship, even though I'm your pops, there's boundaries, my dude. I don't want to cross those boundaries when it comes to you. I need to make sure that you're able to grow as a man. I'm just here if you need any guidance, any words, your old man got you. But I also do not believe in telling you how to live your life. You must walk your path. The only thing I will do if I see you walking a certain path, nigga, I might nudge you. I think you might want to take this fork in the road. I'm just saying. But I would still want you to fumble the motherfucking ball because in my opinion, the best way to learn is when you fumble the ball. No, for my son now, this is a teachable moment for him. He now knows that dumbass skateboard that he loved, this electronic hover shit. I don't know. When he comes back for the pod on Sunday, he can explain that shit. But this was a teachable moment for him. Okay? He's very blessed that he has Lash. Ironically, she broke her leg like a few months ago, and he had to take care of her. Now the roles are reversed, where she now has to take care of him, and he's very blessed that he has this young lady in his life. But she got her head on her shoulders. She's good for him, and he's good for her. They're a great couple. I love them. They're so cute. So, yeah, that was a teachable moment, man. A teachable moment. But let me tell y'all something. I'm not done. I've had an intriguing week, man. Hold on, y'all. I gotta sip some water. My bad. Gotta sip water when I do the pod. So your boy is not done. So my spirit, I've been fighting my spirit up until yesterday. I want to say I stopped. I would stop having a fight with my spirit. Last week, there's a person that I'm interested in, and I believe this person has interest in me, but there's an age gap. She's of legal age. She's a grown ass woman. But as you guys and ladies are well aware, I'm a grown ass man. And there's an age gap between her and I. And I know everybody's going to say age is just a number. I get it. But because I'm an old soul, I have to think on everything. This person that I'm talking about, I respect her so much because she's an old soul like myself. So even though she's young in physical age, her mindset, her soul is much older than the physical form that she's in. She's Puerto Rican, but she has these old school traditional values that is so attractive to me. So attractive. Her intellectual side, her outer beauty, her spirit, everything combined is very attractive to me. I like it. So, her and I, we've been bonding. It's crazy because I'm taking a totally different approach with her. For the first time in my life, I'm actually trying to do the right thing in a relationship. I even told her this the other night. Well, I didn't tell her that part. She listened to the pod, she's gonna hear that part. But it's like I'm a man, son. I'm a confident man too. I'm black and knees. So, I'm a handsome dude. So even though I'm not 6 feet tall and all that dumb shit, I'm a short nigga. But guess what? My brother Ness would tell you, that shit never stopped me from getting any woman that I have my eyes set on. Because to me, the most a woman can tell me is like, no, I'm like, all right, whatever. But if I have my eyes set on somebody, like I really want this individual, son, I will run some game, get that person. For her, I don't run no game, no nothing. It's like, it's just my spirit approaches her totally different. Like I'm doing things out of character, so to speak. I told her that part. Like with other women, I was just, be me. But with her, nah, son. With her, it's like I'm taking a different approach. And what I'm getting at is last week I told myself, I am going to avoid this person. You know what I mean? Because since I'm a spiritual man, I had to talk to God. I had to do some meditation and talk to God. I asked God, I was like, you know what? Me and this woman, we're bonding, obviously. Like we're mad cool. Like we just hit it off, son. Like we're just mad cool, son. So I told God, I was like, you know what? If you feel that this is the person that I should be with, you need to give me some type of sign because I'm battling my spirit right now. When I tell y'all, my spirit was so pissed off at me, it fucked up my whole vibe. And if you think I'm lying, right? When I went to the JP, the security team, they black dudes. There's yo, OG. Like, what up? Like, yo, brother, your spirit look off. Son. Like, you don't look like your normal, outgoing, social charitable self. I was like, honestly, I was good. Like, I'm good. I'm good. But I guess my outer expression didn't reflect that. And it was true. I was a little bit miserable. And see, that scares me too, man. Like, it scares me that she has this emotional pull on me. I don't like that. I don't like being so vulnerable. Like, I don't like having my spirit be off like that. That kind of makes me nervous, man. Like, why is my spirit so attracted to her, son? I can't figure this shit out for the life of me. And I think I know what it is. I mentioned it earlier. It's her intelligence. Her intelligence matches her outer beauty, and then her spirit, son, her old soul spirit, how she looks at the world, her strong thoughts on a lot of things. Son, I love it. How outspoken she is. Like, she gives no fucks. I love it. I love it. But my spirit and I was battling up until, I want to say, Tuesday. So I ignored her at the JP. I didn't go by her office space, nothing. I just totally ignored her. I avoided her. Like, our schedules kind of overlap a little bit. So I made sure she couldn't see me. Like, I worked my tail off to avoid her. And all of this time I'm doing all of this stuff here, my spirit is pissed, right? So I'm in the parking lot in my car, and she's going on break because she goes to her car to go, decompress and, meditate and just to get away from everything. Again, I'm a respectful nigga. I don't bother her on her breaks. It's crazy because the more time we talk is usually when she gets out of the JP, and then we talk for hours. But at the JP, I'll just go by and, big her up, Wagwan sister and Empress, and give her a salute and just keep it moving. But guess what? So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I ignored her. I didn't even text her, call her, nothing. Then Sunday, Monday, I ignored her. I didn't text her, nothing. And she was thinking about me, I believe she said, over the weekend. And then Tuesday, when I came back to work, I ignored her again. But this time, she saw me. All right. She saw me. And what pissed her off was, I guess I must have glanced at her, and she's like, I know this mofo didn't just look at me and just kept it moving. So she took offense to that. Honestly, I didn't mean to do that. Obviously, if I would have saw her and she saw me, like if her eyes would have made four, I would have, saluted her. But when she saw that I didn't look at her, or I looked at her but just kept walking, dog, brethren, sister got pissed. Like, pissed. So again, I go back to the JP. I'm ignoring her. I don't go see her, none. Mind you, this whole time at the JP, I am a little miserable because my spirit likes her. You know what I mean? Like, my spirit just want to see her, just talk to her. And then my spirit is happy, and then we're good. I was a little miserable those days, not going to lie. But again, like I told y'all, I did some meditation, and I asked God to show me some type of sign that me and this young lady are supposed to have some type of relations. So that Tuesday night, Chevy calls me. I believe, yeah, she called me when she got out of the JP. And the first thing she said was, "Mother effer, why the F are you ignoring me?" Right out of the jump. So I told her straight up, and I smiled. So funny, when she was calling me upset, I smiled because I got the answer I was looking for. You see how God works? This is why I keep telling y'all, talk to God. He listens. So she didn't realize until I started telling her, like, the whole time she's mad. I'm like, yo, why you ignoring me? I saw you today and you looked at me and didn't even have the decency to say at least a hello. You just kept walking. And as she's just beefing at me, I'm smiling because I'm like, wow, God answered my question. He's shown me right here that you want any more evidence is right in front of you. She called me. She didn't have to. She could have sent a text. She even, I believe I missed the call too. Is it funny? Yes, I missed her call, right? Because I don't smoke in my crib. I go outside to smoke my spliff. So I went outside to go smoke a spliff, and she called me, and I missed the call. She left a voicemail message, but I had called her back. As I was calling her back, the voicemail thing popped up, and then she just went ham on me. And as she's going ham and beefing, I told her why I was avoiding her, and that she just, believe it or not, she just answered the question I was looking for. And she's like, why? Why would you do that? I don't understand. And I told her, I was like, I don't understand either. You have some type of hold over my spirit, and I don't understand why. I've never had these particular feelings before. So I'm transitioning, I'm becoming spiritual. So I'm going through this spiritual growth. So I'm in transition of becoming a different man. And I can see, like, y'all guys don't even know, and ladies, y'all don't know, I've lost a lot of weight. Back in 2019, before the pandemic started, y'all know I'm short. The boy was 220 pounds with a fat ass face, a big ass pot belly. I looked horrible, man. Horrible. Like, I'm looking at some pictures from back then. Shout out to my son and to my mother. Love you, mommy. Both of them, especially my mother. She was like, Amar. And they say your belly I get big, man. Look like say you're pregnant. That don't look right, pon you, man. You have to change that. And then my son, my son fucks with me all the time. But he was, my son is such a good dude that he was trying to get me to go to the gym. Like, he kept hitting, Dad, hey, let's hit up the gym. You're looking a little roly-poly. Again, my son and I, we take digs at each other. So I'm thinking my son is just fucking with me. I'm hearing what my mother's saying. Like, my mother don't say anything if she, she's coming from a good place. You know what I mean? But I ignored the both of them. Like, whatever. I go to the, I'm going to circle back to Chevy. I just wanted to give y'all how I'm transitioning. So I go to the doctor in 2019. I believe it was October of 2019. October of 2019. Go to the doctor for an annual checkup. Dog, this annual checkup that I went to was the worst one I've ever had. This is how I know God loves me, man. My doctor, I fucking hated this lady. My original doctor that I had for like over a decade. As a matter of fact, my son is on a scholarship from my doctor. So that goes to show you. Like, I had a really close relationship with my doctor. Like, she knew me. You know what I mean? Like, she knew me. I wasn't just a patient to her. She actually knew me. Knew me. So when she retired and I got this new doctor, an Indian lady, son, I hated this lady. It's because her and I was just not connecting. Like, I don't know what it was. My spirit was not feeling her. I wasn't feeling her. But I didn't change her. I was like, I'm just not used to her yet, I guess. I will continue to do my annual visits, go see her, whatever. So 2019 now, I do all of this tests, all this blood work. Shit is serious when your doctor is like, we need to sit down and talk. No, anytime a doctor tells you that, nigga, that shit ain't good news. They don't be like, hey, we need to have a sit and talk. She waited for my results. So she saw something, because normally they don't make me wait for the results. I just go see her. She does whatever. Then I go do blood work and they send my black ass home. This time she didn't do this process. She had me go take the blood work and had me wait. So during the pre-exam, she saw something that concerned her. So my blood work, everything comes back. She said, yo, we need to have a talk. Again, when the doctor tells you that, that's not good. So I sat down, we're talking. She's telling me my health is down the tubes. I got high blood pressure, bad cholesterol. I'm on the borderline of diabetes. As a matter of fact, her direct quote was, if you go eat a burger right now, you're going to have diabetes. Jesus Christ. High blood pressure, on the borderline of diabetes, bad cholesterol, just my overweight. Like, I was 220 pounds. I'm 5'7" on a good day. I think my license is lying, nigga, because my son is like 5'9", 5'10". I don't know how this nigga so tall. Because me and his mom are short. So I don't even get that. So on a good day, I'm 5'7", according to my license. I think I'm really 5'5". 220 pounds at 5'5". So just picture that. I got a big ass pot belly. My face is fat like a mofo. I already got a black man ass, but I got even a bigger ass, thighs. I'm just out of shape. Like I really let myself go. And there was a couple of reasons for that. Reason number one is I was a medical coder and I worked from home and I didn't interact with anybody other than this one dude who used to help me with some coding. So I didn't care. Nigga, I would eat and just lay down in my chair and code. Eat, lay down in my chair and code. Eat, lay down in my chair and code. So imagine this. I'm doing this for 10 years. Over a decade. I worked at this organization for nearly 20 years in the healthcare field. Started from the bottom and worked my way up to coder. My doctor was like, you need to make some changes in your life or else your health is just going to continue to get worse. And she's like, you don't want the diabetes. So I'm like, no, I don't want that shit. My family so many family members that I have go through that shit. I don't want diabetes. I have a friend that I don't want that shit. And you can keep that. So I had to make a life choice. I quit my job. That coding job, I quit. I called my mom and I told her what I was going through. And my mother was like, yo, Star, you have to find something that make you happy. Like, you're just doing this for the money and your health is just going down the drain. Is it worth it? Obviously not. It was not worth it. So I quit the job. Not realizing goddamn COVID was going to happen a couple of months later. So COVID happens. I had to dip into my 401k to survive. But I changed my diet. Shout out to this lady I was seeing. I quarantined with her. And she's the one that put the game plan together for me to change my diet. I tell you, God works in mysterious ways. This lady that I quarantined with, I was trying to have a relationship with her, but oh Lord, God was showing me something. And she was a godly woman. She was a Christian, conservative Christian. But man, she has some issues. But I'm going to talk about her next time. But what she blessed me with was the diet, the game plan diet she provided to me. And that's when I realized, when you're a spiritual person, I realized God brought me to her or her to me just for one purpose and one purpose alone. It was for her to show me the diet that I need to lose the weight, because God is preparing me for something. I just don't know what that is yet, but he's preparing me for something because I am changing. Like, I lost so much weight. When I went to the doctor a couple of months ago, I believe this was in June, I went from 220 pounds down to 175. Sidebar. Do you know that was the weight I was pushing for to be? I was like, I think 175, I'm good. Then when the doctor told me I weigh 175, I was like, son, I think I want to lose another 20. So I think I lost another 5 to 10 pounds since then. Because my son, before he broke his foot, he came to see me a couple of weeks ago. And he was like, Dad, you lost even more weight. You look good. I was like, thank you. He's like, now we can go to the gym, dude. I was like, yeah, that's next on my spiritual growth is the gym. I am going to do cardio, not lifting weights. I'm going to do cardio just to get into cardio shape. So I did smoke cigarettes, but I quit. Now I think I haven't had a cigarette in a week. And I'm good. I'm not fiending or anything. I'm good. Like, I'm just doing some meditation. Got me some sage. Got me some other items. So yeah, I'm in a good place spiritually. So that was my little side story. Back to Chevy. So yeah, so Chevy calls me and then me and her's chopping it up. And I told her why I did what I did. And she was like, I'm such a deep spiritual person, but she understands. See, that's what I like about her too, man. She gets me, dog. She understands. She understands that I'm a very deep spiritual person. So she didn't take offense to what I did because she understands why I did what I did. And I promised her I won't do that again. Because now that I got the answer that I was looking for, I won't do that again. So yeah, I don't know what the future holds for Chevy and myself, but I hope, no, I not hope. I need to start talking positively. When her and I finally decide to have relations, it's going to be really well. Because I think that because we're friends right now and we're just growing that way, in my opinion, the best relationships are the relationships that you actually friend with the person because that builds a foundation, right? And from that foundation, you can just grow from there and build from there. To me, that trust, that bond that you have with that individual is the key thing there, that friendship. So I like that fact that her and I are close like that we both are vulnerable to each other. I like that. And I like the fact that she has that old soul. So that's so attractive to me. And trust me, she's a strong woman, all of that stuff, but she has these traditional values that she still believes in. And I told her that the other night, like, you're a unicorn. Most women, not all, most women, they don't have that old soul traditional value. So I find that very attractive in a woman. And I find that very attractive in Chevy. And her personality is great. So yeah, but I'm not done. Okay. I'm not done. But before I tell y'all some more stuff in my little monologue here, I have another story to share this week as I sip on some water. You don't know your boy have to drink some water. See it? You don't know. So I'm a simple man. All right. I'm an OG. I like to play on words. I'm very creative. I'm an OG for real. The OG is from my initials of my name, and it's also my former life. So I have simple mother effing rules. Simple rules, Dread. Very simple rules. Shout out to East Flatbush. Shout out to the 50s. Shout out to my niggas out there. Shout out to my brother Ness, my big brother Ness. Cause I'm on there. Shout out to his pops too, Mr. Forbes. Rest in peace. It's not just them. Aloysius, R.I.P. Rest in peace. Like a lot of the Jamaican cats I grew up in Brooklyn showed me certain things. There's rules and regulations to the streets. And the same thing when I moved here in Worcester, in Massachusetts. The Jamaican cats that I flex with, there's rules and regulations to the streets. One of the first lessons these niggas out here taught me is Star. Anything that goes down and we need for talk and it has to be over some type of electronic device, we need to talk in code. Period. Because you don't know the boy there listen. So you need for talk in code. Even though these mofos got smart and hired niggas that know ebonics. But back then, them niggas trained me to be like, yo, if we need to talk about something serious and we can't talk face to face, it have to be over some electronic device. We need for talking a court. I was like, okay, no doubt. So they taught me code language, nigga. So where I'm getting at with this is, I'm not going to mention this individual's name because he's a very close friend of mine. But this mofo violated a rule that I have. I don't know if he wasn't thinking or I don't even care, to be honest. Because, nigga, what you did today highly pissed me off. And it takes a lot to get me upset. It really does, because I'm a spiritual man. It takes me a lot. But again, even though I'm an older man now and I move different and I think before I speak, what my friend today did was a violation of the man code and the street code. You don't fucking do what you did. And everybody's listening like, yo, what is OG beefing about, son? I'm going to tell y'all. This Negro calls me after he does something illegal. I'm like, I told y'all, son, I don't realize when people talk to me if they don't realize what the hell they saying. Now, this person too, it shocked me because this person is a spiritual person. So it shocked me that he did not think before he spoke. And he did not think, like, nigga, do not fucking call me after you done did something stupid like that. You're implicating me, you dumbass. Like, what y'all do, rude boy? You don't do that shit. You don't do that shit, especially this day and age. You do not implicate me, dumb. Yes, I'm sorry for what occurred and what went down, but Negro, do not call my fucking number if you do some dumb shit like that. And if you do dumb shit like that, Negro, you need to talk in code. So you didn't talk in code. You implicated me. I'm pissed. So this individual that went through something that I'm not even going to say on the pod, I did not call him back because I was talking to my son today after he had his surgery. So my son came first, and I love God. It's like God knew. Like when I called my son, talking to my son, like God knew, like, yep, you're about to get a phone call. It's going to be a dumb phone call, but don't worry, I got you protected. You're talking to your son. So when he called me, I couldn't really talk to him. I couldn't talk to this person because I said I'm on the other line with my son. This dumb was he told me what he did, and I was pissed because the first thing that came to my mind, like, you jackass, you just implicated me, man. What the fuck? So I didn't tell this idiot that. I just told him I got to go. My son just had surgery. I didn't call him back today, and I'm not going to call him back because I'm a little upset. I got to get out of my feelings before I call him. I need to go smoke and do some meditation before I call him because he is a very close friend of mine, and I do care for him, and I do feel bad that he's going through this particular situation, but I'm also pissed that he violated the code and implicated me. Unwillingly, but he still did. So that bothers me. So before I call him and smooth things over and let him know, don't ever fucking do that again, because if you do, I will cut you off. And I mean it. When I cut niggas off, I cut niggas off. My inner circle is extremely tiny. I do not hang with niggas. And the reason why I don't hang with niggas is because I learned something when I used to be married. That lesson that I learned made me don't trust niggas. I will see you and big you up in the street because that's how I roll. But the niggas who I trust, who I really trust, one nigga live in Staten Island. That's my brother Ness. And the other two niggas are no longer on this earth. May they rest in peace. So you know where I'm coming from when I say my circle is extremely small. Big up to Dudgy because he's in that circle. He's like my brother too as well. I'm going to tell y'all some stories about Dudgy next time. But yeah, that is my opening monologue for the week, man. What a crazy ass week, man. Crazy week. And the week's not even over yet. Week's not even over yet. So I'm like, okay, what does Friday got in store for me? Oh, I can't wait for Saturday. What does Saturday got in store for me? Even though that's my vegan day, I go check my brother and Dudgy and he give me some spiritual guidance and some good Jamaican veggie food, son. Fill up that soul, boy. Having your boy looking good over here, son. Feeling good and everything, son. The good spirits are around me, B. So I have a funny story to tell y'all. And I think it's going to be the title of my fucking pod this week. I got a story to share with y'all, man. Shout out to all of my Jamaican cats. Y'all going to laugh at this story. So my mother, shout out to mommy. Oh, before I even get into that, sidebar. If your mom and your pops are still walking this earth and you're listening to my pod, your ass should be calling your parents at least once a week. Just to say, hey, mom, hey, dad, how you doing? Everything okay? Everything good? You need anything? I'm just saying. My mom, I talk to my mom every single night after work. Sometimes I call her during my breaks and lunch. Do you know why? My mother don't have long left for this earth. And the reason why I've talked to her a lot more now is because there's people around me that keep telling me, talk to your mother, talk to your mother, especially Chevy. Chevy's always dropping in my ear, hey, hang out with your mom more. You should talk to your mom more. And when you hear this common theme coming from people. That's God sending a message. You know what that message is? I don't know when her expiration date is. God knows, but I don't. So therefore, I need to make sure, do not waste these times, these days, these years that I have left with her. I'm going to enjoy every moment that I can with her. And even though we live in different states, nigga, we got phone. We got FaceTime. So I make it a point to talk to her every night. So yeah, call your mom, call your pops. My pops is no longer here. May he rest in peace. But call your moms, call your pops at least once a week, Dre. At least once a week. Don't wait till they're gone to start shedding some tears and all of this stuff. No, don't live your life with regrets. Make the change now. Make the change now. Even if you don't have a good relationship with your mother or your father, yo, zip up my one text and say, yo, so I check up on you, make sure, say, you're good, everything all right. Love, bless. Keep it moving. But call your parents at least once a week, man. So anyway, my mom, before I get into the story, I got to drink some more water. So anyway, my mother was throwing this party for one of her friends. I think I was anywhere between 10 and 12. I don't remember the exact age, but I know it was around 10 and 12. So mind you, I'm a child to preteen, but I'm still a child. I'm a child. Keep that in mind. I'm a child. Always remember that when I'm telling you this story, I'm a child. So y'all know how these Jamaican parties be going. They got their Heineken, their Guinness, and music I play, and food is around, some curry goat and rice and peas and all types of shit. All types of Jamaican food. You done know. So my mother made this soup called Cow Cod Soup. I'm going to repeat that. My mother made this soup called Cow Cod Soup. Cow Cod Soup. Yeah. As a child growing up, Cow Cod Soup was my jam. But this particular night, remember, I'm a child. I was curious. I want to know what in the world is in this. I think as a child, now when I look back at this story, I'm like, that was my spirit. Yep, even then, I don't know, son. Your spirit is always alive in you, son. That's who you are, by the way. Sidebar, your spirit is who you are. So back then, my spirit, my spirit was like, yo, ask your mother what's in this soup. My spirit knew what was in that soup, but my physical form didn't fucking know what was in that soup. So I said, Mommy, I have a question. Oh, yo, boy. Mommy, what's in this soup? What's the meat? Yo, I never forget this look on my mother's face, man. I tell you something, human beings are funny as fuck, son. They give you signs and not realize they're giving you a sign. So my mother had this smirk on her face. So right there, I knew, okay, why are you smirking like that? It wasn't like a joke type smirk. It's one of those I don't know how to describe. Mommy, I love you, but don't take this the wrong way. It was like an evil grin, like a jokester type grin. Like she smiled because she know what the fuck is in this soup. I don't know what's in this soup. I'm a child, but my mommy know. Mommy know what's in this soup. So she's smiling, and she like, oh, and the way she told me what was in the soup, she did it so nonchalantly, like, oh, it's just cow, buddy. I said, Mommy, what you just said? Because I wasn't sure if I heard the correct thing. I said, Mommy, what did you just say? She's like, oh, yeah, man, it's cow penis, cow buddy, man. I said, Mommy, I spit the shit out. Yo, I'm drinking the soup. I'm eating the meat. And when she told me it was cow buddy, cow penis, I'm like, what? I spit that shit out, nigga. Oh shit. I'm like, mommy, this whole time you was feeding me a cow's penis? What in the world? So my mother busts out laughing because she thinks it's funny. Even back then at that age, nigga, I wasn't laughing. That shit wasn't funny. Like, I get why my mom's is funny. Yeah, I'm a little ass kid and I'm spitting the shit out. She finds it comical because I've been eating the shit the whole time up until that point. And she explained to me what it is, why she gave it to me, and all of that stuff. So I'm going to give y'all some context, okay? In the Jamaican culture, right? To build a man's vigor, build a man's stamina, there's two things that I know of. There's probably more. I think there's like three. There's Irish moss, which I'm not a fan of. I don't know why, son. Just that taste. I don't fuck with it. Guinness, stout, and egg. That I mess with. Like, if I need vigor or whatever, if there's a woman that I really want to put the work in, I will go drink that. That's my go-to. Then there's this shit, Cow Cod Soup. I don't fuck with that. Ever since as a little child, at the age between either 10 or 12, ever since she told me what the hell that thing was, I never touched it ever again. In the Jamaican culture, the Cow Cod Soup is supposed to give you vigor, strength. It's the cow buddy. I don't know if it's some superstitious type shit. I don't believe it. You're gonna have to bring me science for that shit. Cause my mother like, yo, build up your strength, man. Build up your back. Make your thing, make your body hard. I'm like, nah, mommy, I'm a child. Why would you feed that? I'm a child. And then she have to say, your back good now, right? I'm like, oh my goodness, mom. Mommy, I love you, but no. I will take the Guinness stout and egg. And, you know, shout out to my mother, man. My mother is such a soldier, dude. When I was a teenager, and she knew I wasn't fucking with that Cow Cod Soup, but she knew I was, I had a girlfriend, and her son is active. Son, my mother's such a soldier. She would make me fucking Guinness and stout. On Sunday would be a big jug of Guinness and stout for me, son. I'm like, wow. Because it has like a nutmeg in it. It has egg in it. It has, of course, Guinness, and you put white rum in it. That shit is so good. It looks like a milkshake to describe it, but it's alcohol. It doesn't really get you tipsy either. That's the funny part. It doesn't really get you tipsy, but it does get your manhood hard as a rock. Not even gonna hold you, son. If you're looking for vigor, Guinness stout and egg is the jam. So my mother used to give that to me when I was a teenager. So I'll tell you, my mother's a militant soldier, son. Militant soldier. You know what I mean? She would tell me, Amar, Guinness and stout in that fridge for you. And I would just smile because I'm like, yes, mommy, I love you. Because you know what time it was. This one was, I was quietly tearing some ass up. And some badass, some badass females too, son. Yep, and I was sure rocking that Guinness and stout. If y'all just heard me, guzzle, that was some water I'm drinking. So yeah, Cow Cod Soup, son. Jamaicans be. I love my Jamaican culture, but yo, they be bugging me the fuck out sometimes with some of these shits. And I'm like, what? And it's crazy, son, because growing up after that, like a lot of the Jamaican cats I was around, I never saw them niggas drink that shit. So I'm like, was it the old school Jamaican niggas that drunk that shit? From my mom's generation? Because the cats that were like a little bit older than me, I never saw those dudes drink that shit. They was always drink like Guinness. And they would make Guinness and stout. So Guinness and stout is a real thing because I would see other Jamaican cats drink that shit. But the Cow Cod Soup, the dudes out here, the Jamaican cats out here, I don't recall ever seeing them drink that shit. Ever. So I don't know if that was like my mom's generation of Jamaican, the men from that generation, that's what they believed in. But yes, son, I don't mess with that shit. I shared that story with Chevy. I don't know if she believed me, but one day I was actually talking to my mom on the phone. Chevy was coming out of the JP. I was like, oh, perfect timing. I said, this is my mom. So I introduced them, and my mother told Chevy that story. So I have a witness to tell y'all that story is true. So Cow Cod Soup, son. Don't drink that shit. If you want vigor, drink some Guinness, stout, and egg, some Irish moss, and yeah, Go to your local Rasta man. He can tell you what you need for vigor. It ain't Cow Cod Soup, that's for sure. So yeah, man, that was my little opening monologue, which was pretty long today, but I told you I've had an eventful week so far. And you know, I'm gonna play my boy, Mr. Kwame Brown. So we're gonna play some Kwame Brown today. Shout out to Mr. Brown. Today he's talking about the Breakfast Club when they had Monique on, and Kwame Brown is going to discuss it. We're going to listen to it, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts. So let's play Mr. Brown.
Monique was trying to tell you you wasn't nothing but a piece of shit, boy. And this is a black woman that was trying to let you know right then and there you need to correct your behavior, boy. But you wouldn't listen. Now you two get mad at me for saying shit that you say. Like, you say things like, are you TPing to men? And I've been asking women, are you wet? You know, just to counteract the shit you saying, because, you know, I'm learning from you. And YouTube gets mad at me for saying that. I don't get it. When you get to say what you say. So Monique was trying to tell you something, boy. Let's see if you listen.
Let me answer that.
And I want you to listen to this, black women. Monique was telling you about this boy.
Let me answer that, Daddy. What I said was, if I'm considered a legend, like my brothers, then why wouldn't I get what legends get? That is exactly what I said.
Because their resume recently is better. You can just prove it on paper.
We're gonna listen, Lenard. We're gonna let you hold on to that.
Only gets to go.
But what I will say to you is, and to all the black women and women of color that is listening, when you hear this brother's voice come over the air, and I'm unapologetic about what I'm getting ready to say, he does not have a value on black women and women of color.
Woo!
Woo! Gunshot.
Woo!
Gunshot, my youth. Yo, I'm going to pause it right there. I'm going to give some commentary real quick on what Monique said, son. What Monique said was facts. Son, this dude, Charlemagne, son, I don't know how we in the community gave this man so much power with that mouth that he has. Again, I look at behavior, and his behavior towards Black people is extremely disrespectful. And I don't necessarily blame him. I blame the people behind him, the puppet masters. I told y'all, they're not going to put people in front of us that we don't like. They're going to put people in front of us that we like. And they're going to tell him what disrespectful shit to say towards us. And Monique is pointing it out. It's pointing it out. Shout out to Monique, man. Because she's right. He doesn't have the authority to talk about Black women and be disrespectful the way he is. So that's why I never rocked with that show. Never did. I caught a couple of episodes, and the way he was so disrespectful to these Black men, I'm like, dog, son. He's the perfect example of not all skin folk is kinfolk, son. Like, perfect example, son. There's different tribes of Black. And we need to start remembering that there are different tribes of Black. And the tribe that he's in, I don't fuck with that tribe. If I had any type of status, I would never go on the Breakfast Club. Never. I'm like, for what? I don't respect that show. I don't care what reach they have. I don't respect none of the hosts on the show. So why would I ever put myself in a position to go on that show? Hell no. I can find some other medium, some other outlet to promote myself. The Breakfast Club is not it. BET is not it. None of those things are it. BET is not even owned by Black people anymore. So again, why? Let's continue.
Charlemagne, let's try. Hold on. They say it's echoing, so let me play it over. Hold on. Let me play that back.
Of the Chris Rock.
I tell you, man, the Breakfast Club, man. Not a fan. Not a fan of the Breakfast Club. Was it Up in Smoke podcast?
And why should and
well, here's the thing.
I think because there's no way that you can justify getting that amount of money that they got. Now, should you have gotten more than 500,000? Yes, and I've said that from day one.
Well, here's what I'll
That's
say,
what
brother.
we're saying, though.
Well, no, that's not what y'all were saying. What y'all were saying was y'all should have got the same amount that Chris Rock, Chappelle, and Amy Schumer got.
Let me
That is not
answer
what we said.
Let me answer that, Daddy. What I said was, if I'm considered a legend like my brothers, then why wouldn't I get what legends get?
Because
that is exactly what I said.
Because their resume recently is better. You can just prove it on paper.
We're gonna listen, Leonard. We're gonna let you hold on to that.
Monique gets to go too.
But what I will say to you is, and to all the Black women and women of color that is listening, when you hear this brother's voice come over the air, and I'm unapologetic about what I'm getting ready to say, he does not have a value on Black women and women of color.
How can you?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Monique. Shout out to Monique, son. Shout out to Monique, son. Facts.
Leonard. Oh, Leonard. Little Leonard. A Black woman who is the queen of comedy, and you're married to a Black woman, sir, and you have Black daughters, and this Black woman told you something that was real. Basically, what I was trying to tell you, boy, you ain't connected to nothing.
Nope, he's not.
But white zaddy.
Yep.
And whatever penis and fixtures and things you put behind you and DJ Envy, that's the new you.
Yep.
That's the new connection you got, boy. You a disgusting troll zaddy boy. Get him, Monique.
Facts.
Why did you say that? But you said 10 years ago, I hugged you, I held the door for you.
I'm going to tell you why.
You think that's contradictory?
I'm going to tell you why I said it. Because what happens is, when you leave a place called
Monk's Corner,
South Carolina, and you come to a big city named New York, and then you change your name to Charlemagne.
I was Charlemagne in Monk's Corner, Miss Monique.
Well, when you were there, you become Charlemagne the God. Now,
You're an embarrassment to Monk's Corner.
I don't know if you took the same principles that your mama and your grandmama gave you
Facts.
in Monk's Corner, and
Facts.
you brought it to Manhattan, New York. Because the brother I did meet on that elevator, I met a brother that was full of principle. And I met a brother who would not call a sister a donkey of a day unless he knew all the information and he could back up his statements. But as we sit here and we did this interview, you begin to ask questions that you should have asked before you make the statement. So what I have is
questions, but y'all really don't have any answers. Y'all still have not justified why you feel like you should have gotten that money. And y'all backtrack and say you don't think she should have got that.
Hear how this man is pocket watching another Black woman. Y'all not peeping? I told y'all, listen to when people talk. You will be amazed. He is a Black man. She is a Black woman. He is telling her she don't deserve Dave Chappelle money. Nigga, who the fuck is you to tell this grown-ass Black woman she don't deserve that bread, my nigga? How are you putting a value on her? This is Monique, son, the queen of comedy. If she feels like, yo, my worth should be up there with Dave Chappelle and them, who the fuck is you to tell her, nah, take this crumbs and bread because your resume don't match? Who the fuck made you judge and jury and all of that shit to tell this grown-ass woman she don't deserve the bread that she deserved? That shit is insane to me, B. If I'm in Charlemagne's position and I have this reach and length, so that's a sister. Girl, I got you. You want these bread from these promoters or whoever? Girl, I got you. I'm gonna back you because you're a sister. You see how white people got us, B? Not all white people. Shout out to the good white folks. I love y'all. But to the certain zaddies, as my man Mr. Brown like to call them, you see how they have this control, man? You see how Mr. Charlemagne here sold out his race for a bag. For a bag. He was like, fuck Black people. I got this money, nigga. I told y'all, son, we're the ones that made this nigga the money and the position that he's in. You think white people listen to this fucking dumb shit? They probably listening to it just to laugh at our dumb asses. They don't got no interest in this. Most of their viewers is Black. So we're feeding these dummies. Us. Oh, well, not me. The people that listen to them. The Black folks that listen to them. I don't fuck with these niggas. Look how I'm catching them on YouTube. That's it. I'm not tuning into whatever syndicated shit they on to listen to them. I don't care what they have to say. They're irrelevant to me. I just like to point them out to let black people know, stop following these people, son. Stop liking these people because they're just distraction and destruction to our race. They're not doing anything to help. Because once they get themselves in that position, now they're part of that elite. Don't get it twisted. Now they're giving the middle finger to the black race. They may come on this show and black power and say some, black positive shit, and then, bring certain black guests in here that be on all the other fucking networks. Like, nigga, I see this person on this network, that network, and now they're on the Breakfast Club. They're all elites. It's a go along, get along gang. They're all elites. They're all connected to this, whatever that shit is. But let's continue, man. Shout out to Monique.
We're not back.
No, we're not saying that. What we're saying is,
and here's the thing, Daddy, there will be some brothers and sisters that get it the way that they get it, and we get it the way that we get it, and it's not an argument. I respect your decision. I respect your opinion because you're entitled to it. However, as we are entitled to ours. So what I am saying, and I know this show is going to air tomorrow, and I hope that you're courageous enough to air it in full.
Absolutely.
Because oftentimes people will chop it up.
Not at all.
But when I say that the devalue you place on black women, and you say, how can I say that? Because out of your mouth, you're saying there is no black female comedian that is worth that money.
No, I did not say that. I said there hasn't been. I think Tiffany Haddish is absolutely.
When you say there hasn't been,
I'll
go there. If I go down the list of black female comedians and the work that those sisters have put in through the years that opened up doors so that people like you could sit where you sit. Her name is Marsha Warfield.
Thank you.
Her name is Thea Vidal.
Thank you.
Her name is Moms Mabley, which she's no longer with us.
Facts.
The list goes on and on and on,
But
which we've never gotten our just due.
Miss Monique, like it's the truth. Like,
all right, Monique,
you keep moving.
I love y'all, my babies.
And
I thank you for giving us the platform.
Thank you for joining us.
Eddie, Leonard, I appreciate you, brother.
Sydney, thank you.
And Monique, wrapping it up, what are you going to do moving forward as far as with this special?
We're going to keep on pushing. See, the special's going to happen, baby.
Right. So
that's going to happen.
Okay.
And we're going to let y'all see it. But what we're going to do with this situation right now called the fight for inequality, we're going to keep standing. And we're going to hope that sisters like you would stand with us to say, when it's inequality, we must speak up and we must speak loudly because your daughters are coming.
Yep.
And your grandbabies are coming.
I'd like to end on this. What y'all may want to do is have a legend come on there that we all saw on the Dave Chappelle show by the name of Paul Mooney. And it's kind of the equivalent of when they were saying they had asked Isaiah Thomas, who was the best point guard in the league? And he said it was Kyrie Irving. I have a tendency to believe what a Hall of Famer point guard would say about another point guard. Ask Paul Mooney what his feelings would be in reference to this whole Netflix thing as it pertains to Monique, because Richard Pryor himself used to refer to Monique as Mrs. Richard Pryor.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Miss Monique, for coming.
We appreciate you, Miss Monique.
Thank y'all.
All right, brother. And it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Eddie, thank you so much, my sweet baby, for having us.
Why do you keep thinking them? Not me.
You know what, brother? You're going to hear yourself a lot from me lately. You're going to hear yourself around the world because we have to explain brothers like you. We do.
Exactly.
And when we watched that movie, Birth of a Nation, and we saw that man walk his wife into that master's house, we watched him walk his wife in. Then we watched him go back and get him. You're that brother.
Exactly.
I thank y'all for your time, my babies.
Exactly, son. Fire. Yo, I love Monique. Fire. She called him Uncle Tom, son. Called him an Uncle Tom. Because that's what I saw. That's what I saw. When I look at him, I'm like, why would any black person go on that show? That nigga's an Uncle Tom. Why? He's there. He's the same version of a Stephen A. Smith. Why would anybody go on Stephen A. Smith's show when all he do is just disrespect black players and fuck up their pockets? That's what Monique was trying to let Charlamagne know. Nigga, you're in this position. You got to speak carefully because you're fucking up our pockets when you say dumb shit like that. And Charlamagne knows better, but he don't care. because his boss told him to speak that way. So he don't care. I keep telling y'all, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Let's hear what Mr. Brown has to say, because I'm pretty sure he has a lot to say.
Charlemagne, you're that brother. Ooh. If that ain't good enough, hold on. Let me show a little more of you, boy. Self-talk. You did it again.
Shout out to Self-Talk.
Hold on. No, self-talk. We're gonna do it right here.
Shout out to Self-Talk, man. This dude be chopping up these videos. I wish y'all can see it. When I do season 2 and I start doing the actual videos, I can see it.
And me and Self-Talk about to prove it. Let's get into it.
Listen, breast milk is so good.
Ain't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
What? Wait till you get a girl pregnant and you have some kids. That shit is so good. One of my favorite things to do is like when my wife don't have her pump and like we out of town and I get to suck the breast milk myself. I love it.
What's it taste like?
It's like kind of sweet.
It depends on her diet.
Yeah.
It all tastes different, but it depends on her diet. So if she eat a lot of Flamin' Hot Cheetos, it probably won't taste that.
I like when my wife drinks a lot of liquor because you know when she drinks liquor, she still got a pump because she's not gonna get
she can't. Yeah,
I get to suck that out.
You nasty dog.
Breast milk good as a motherfucker.
Yeah, but you nasty that you.
I don't even know what to say about this.
Wait a minute.
I don't even know what to say about this conversation that he's having. Y'all listening to this man speak? Now, a couple of things run through my mind, right? I'm a spiritual man, so a couple of things are running through my mind, right? I don't take everything for face value. What he just said is extremely disturbing. But is he saying it for shock value? Because remember, he's from the Wendy Williams school of, talking. This tells me that this nigga's lying. There's no way he can be talking like this about his wife and some personal shit like this and doing some really disgusting things. Like, that's nasty, nigga. So I think he's just doing this for shock value because of who he is. This is his brand, so he's staying on point. But I want to hear what Mr. Brown has to say because, yo, son, this shit is comical, B.
Appreciate it, bro. I'm not no leader. I'm just a bussy bus. But wait a minute. So you mean to tell me? Hold on. I gotta hear this. Is it on? Okay. I need to turn it off when that's on. I gotta rewind it back. So you like when your wife drink because she got a pump. So your wife be drinking while pregnant? Hold on, let me make sure you said that. Hold on. Let me turn the mic off. Rewind it back and hear what you said and turn the mic on. Maybe it was an echo because I heard you say you like when your wife drink. Hold
on.
Girl pregnant and you have some kids. That shit is true. Listen, breast milk is so good too,
Ain't it?
bro.
Is it?
Yeah.
What? Wait till you get a girl pregnant and you have some kids. That shit is so good. One of my favorite things to do is like when my wife don't have her pump and like we out of town and I get to suck the breast milk myself. I love it.
What's it taste like?
It's like kind of sweet.
It depends on her diet.
Yeah.
It all tastes different, but it depends on her diet. So if she eat a lot of Flamin' Hot Cheetos, it probably won't taste that.
I like when my wife drinks a lot of liquor because you know when she drinks liquor, she still got a pump because she's not gonna get
she can't. Yeah.
I get to suck that out.
on. So you like when your wife drank a lot of liquor. You like when your wife drank a lot of liquor while pregnant.
Oh my God, man.
That's what this nigga just said. He said, I like when my wife drink a lot of liquor because she still got a pump. So your wife pregnant drinking liquor, boy? This nigga is a demon. This motherfucker here. Ooh. No, he said, I like when my wife is drinking because she still has to drink a lot of liquor because she still has to pump. Meaning, like, if you drink while whatever, Like normally, if you have the baby already and you drink, you have to pump the milk out because you're drunk. So is that what he's doing that for?
Yo, that is crazy.
So he drank the liquor milk. Man, this son bitch here sick. This son bitch here sick. So he waiting until his wife have a baby. He want her to get drunk to drink the liquor milk so the baby don't get it. He mad and he say he jealous of the baby. Hold on. This son bitch here nasty. Let me turn the mic off.
Yo, this is it's entertaining to me, but also disturbing.
You nasty dog.
Breast milk good as a motherfucker.
Yeah, but you nasty. That should be
and
like
that shit make you feel strong.
Ooh, I'm getting
Jamal
some of that
Lewis used to
titty
do that
juice.
stuff when he was playing for the Falcons. He would drink breast milk after workouts.
If you're gonna drink any milk, it should be from the titty. Think about that.
First of all, I'm gonna give y'all some fun fact. Black people, we should not be drinking milk. Period. It's not for us. That shit is poison to the body. If you want to drink something, drink almond milk. It's the alternative to milk. Why do you think black people, we drink that shit? We lactose intolerant, the majority of us. We're not supposed to be drinking that shit. That's another thing I learned. We're not supposed to be drinking that shit from the cow. The cow's a sacred animal. Shouldn't be drinking that shit. Drink almond milk, man. Ever since I switched to almond milk, my life has been better. Facts. So, yeah, don't drink milk. And Charlamagne is nasty, dude. Like, what are you doing, B? That shit is gross. Yo, so this man, that's why I'm like, I think he's just saying that shit to stay on brand. Because, you know, it attracts ratings and all of that good stuff. So that's why I ignore these dummies. Because I'm like, nah, son, that nigga just doing that shit for views and ratings. Because that's the society we live in today.
And it make your dick hard. And I think it gives you a different connection with your woman. That's why, you know, the kids are so close to the mother because they was on that titty.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same way with a man. Because I get jealous when I see my 11-month-old sucking on the titty now. I'm dead serious.
To work for that shit.
It works for Why she just get that whenever she wanted?
She needs nourishment. She needs to grow up.
That is insane. Did y'all hear what he just said? This nigga said he's jealous. This nigga said he's jealous of his own baby. Again, do I take what he said just seriously? Not really, because I think he's just saying that to be, you know, who he is. He's staying on brand. But again, the English language is powerful. If you're saying something like that, dude, the way he's weird too, because he's a weirdo. I wouldn't put it past him if he actually does that. Feel me? Are we gonna continue? Shout out to Self-Talk, man.
Gay ball with a couple of my homegirls before. Gay ball. I went to a gay ball with a couple of my homegirls before.
Yeah. How was it?
Because it was her gay homeboy's birthday.
Let me tell you something. There's no happier place on earth. Real talk.
That's amazing.
And I mean, listen, with all due respect to women, you get women out there creation, everybody's happy, bro. Yeah. These guys were so happy, dude, because everybody knew in that bar that they could get laid. It was up to them whether they were gonna fuck that night. There was no like anxiety, no angst, nobody was fighting, nobody was competing. There was nothing. It was like they were having so much fun. I was frightened I was gonna get raped by all of them, right? Which is stupid because maybe you don't even want to fuck me. You know what I mean? I'm pale as shit. I'm not even muscular. Like there were way better looking dudes in there than me.
New pussy, best pussy, man.
All I'm saying is I totally resonate with women and the fear that they could feel around men.
You
in
was
certain
being
environments.
objectified.
Son,
and that's good. They was looking at you like a piece of meat. That's a good feeling to have because now you know how women feel. Straight up.
Let's have better aim.
That is crazy.
I agree with you.
It's like being in the bathroom. If a guy pisses on you, you owe me a hand job now.
What?
I'm just bullshitting.
Dwayne, we're gonna need a sound effect. We're gonna need a sound effect. Fast forward.
Oh my God, it's a joke.
Wait, you sound like
Dummy boy.
November 23rd.
And I just want to tell you the biggest thing is stop telling people suck your dick. Because one day somebody gonna jump in your jeans. One of these niggas gonna try.
You know what's so crazy?
Niggas gonna suck your dick.
So crazy.
And then what?
You know how I know I'm.
You dated superstars. So let's not move on from your meat. Let's talk about you in those gray sweatpants. There's a lot of women out there that want to know. You know what I mean?
What is it about?
Was that all you?
Of course.
That's a wild question for me to be asking.
It's a wild question, but guys, you didn't tell me he's like that. Why you guys didn't tell me? You guys didn't tell me all about that. I thought he's a nice guy, smile with books. Let's sell books. I was not prepared for this, bro.
Definitely sell books.
And your books, you said those things too?
No.
I heard you talk about.
You see how he comes with that innuendo stuff? Y'all didn't know who that was just speaking. That was Serge Ibaka. He's an NBA basketball player. It was like, hey, I didn't tell me this guy was like this. A lot of people don't. I mean, people who don't follow the Breakfast Club, they don't really realize he's like this until they actually see him and they're like, whoa. But he tries to play it off as he's joking. I'm joking, guys. I'm just kidding. I don't believe he is, man. There's something off with that dude. Again, he comes from the Wendy Williams shock jock school. So everything he does is for shock value. Like, he has to make controversial statements, but, you know, he'll hide around. It's a joke. I'm kidding. He. Yeah, I remember that Birdman interview on the Breakfast Club. Go look at that interview, son. Birdman wasn't fucking around. Birdman had enough of the disrespect. And if I do recall, shit was going to go down, but I believe something happened where they didn't get at Charlamagne. I think Birdman changed his mind at the last minute because they're really going to put it on this dude. You know what I mean? But we shall continue, man. Then I'm going to wrap up the pod with a closing statement. But you know, I had to give y'all a little Kwame Brown.
She's a lot of legends I wouldn't fuck. How gay do y'all want to get?
Let's go.
People say they want to stop listening to the podcast because there's a lot of gay talk.
Oh, yeah? Well, get ready.
What legend would you fuck? Dead or alive?
Dead or alive? Dead or alive?
Dead or alive?
It's only males.
But the only, it's not about wanting to fuck them. It's about who would you not be afraid to tell your homeboys
that you fuck?
Boom.
Because it doesn't count as gay.
Boom.
I'm going to pause it right there. I'm going to say this real quick. I've never had these type of conversations with any of my male heterosexual friends. Never. Not in passing, not in joking. These type of conversations that Charlamagne is having with Andrew Schultz, I have never had these type of conversations with the men I was around. Never. Not once, not in joking, nothing, not in passing, nothing. That particular subject did not come up. As a matter of fact, the dudes I was around, you tried some conversation like that with these niggas, trust, you're either going to get a gun butt to the face or a smack on the head and let you know, rude boy. Kind of talk that, yeah, I bring to big man and them thing. Then I said, disrespect them talk. They're like, the cats I was around, you can't even joke around with these type of conversations. These were heterosexual men. They're not hearing that. Now, the folks that play for the other team that I knew, yeah, you can have these conversations with them. Not me, but I heard them have conversations with each other about this, and they should. They play for the other team. I'm around it. I'm not participating in the convo because I'm a straight male. But I didn't care. And I mean, they play for the team, so that's what they're supposed to do. But the dudes that were straight males, son, not even joking, we had these type of conversations. These shits did not come up. So it's perplexing my mind that he's trying to act like, yeah, you have these conversations with your homeboy. Nigga, what homeboy you're talking about? The niggas I grew up with were men. Like, no, we ain't do this shit, nigga. That's what I told y'all, man. I have an old soul. Like, I was always surrounded by elders. Like, I was always surrounded by people who were doing nefarious things, but made sure I didn't get involved in those nefarious things. They would try to, preach good shit to me. I'm a child. That's what you're supposed to do to a child. Preach good shit. And I mean, don't follow these bad behaviors. So this type of stuff he's talking about, I can't co-sign. I don't know what he's talking about.
Legend.
Caitlyn.
Caitlyn?
She got the newest pussy. Think about it. That's the
Are we sure
pussy
she has a
brand new. The pussy fresh off the rack.
She not legend enough. And she wouldn't want you.
I didn't say that she wanted
She's
me.
a black man.
Is she in the black man?
The nigga she got now is black.
No, you talking about Chris. He talking about Caitlyn.
What's the difference?
What you mean? What's the
biology?
What about you, Mouse? What legend would you smash?
Oh shit. Damn it, man.
Come on, we just playing a game. Is this all for? Okay, come on, it's a game,
You know
guys.
what's funny? There's people who listen to this out loud in like the bike shop and like the and there's somebody. This is their first episode. Like y'all gotta listen to these guys. These motherfuckers ain't crazy. This shit's so funny. And the guys just walked in like, all right, who would you fuck?
Who? What legend, Mouse? Will Chamberlain?
Take down
Wow.
Wilt.
Wilt is still
taking down Wilt still.
Wow.
Yeah, he's gonna be a 7-foot bottom.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Now I'm trying to fucking look through your paper.
Tekashi, all right.
You said Tekashi?
I call him
What?
Tekashi. Besides Tekashi, who you taking down? What legend?
Who would I take down?
Yeah, besides Tekashi.
Nobody. Y'all gay. Y'all gay.
You see what I told y'all? He would hide behind that it's a joke. You really think he's slick, man? He would hide behind that it's a joke. See what I'm saying? That's why I don't. This is just a distraction, man. Like such a senseless distraction, and it's something that I've seen all over the media for over a decade now. Like they keep putting brown-faced people on TV who don't have any substance or value to bring to our people. I hope y'all always remember this because I'm about to end the pod. I hope y'all always remember that anytime they bring, or anytime there's a brown man or woman that speaks in a conscious manner, that speak in positivity to the community, they try to shun that voice. They do their best to stifle that voice. And yet they push up nothing but destruction to our people. That's why we don't own anything. They keep having us be distracted. You know, I'm going to say it again. Mr. Floyd, George Floyd has been gone now for over a year. What laws have been passed to make sure brown people are treated as equals? I can tell you a whole zero. As a matter of fact, there was some gaming news. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it this Sunday. There was some gaming news that happened. Some white lady got promoted to COO, and it was like making a big deal of it. I'm like, she's white. What's the big deal? Tell me, I'll celebrate when I see a black sister or a black brother. Mostly a black brother. Shout out to my sister. But I like to see a black brother in the gaming industry that holds a big title. I don't see that shit. Trust me, I've been on these YouTubes for a long time. There's a black YouTube section. There's the section for everybody else. In the gaming space, it's not too many brothers and sisters over there. It's mostly my white brothers and sisters. We don't, I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn, son, we don't really got any fucking thing, B. Like, we really don't. They really make sure that we only get to a certain level. That's it. Then they keep putting these jackasses in front of us that we like. And then once they know that we like these people, they get to control these folks and, have them put out whatever agenda and message that they want to brainwash us. That's why I always say, man, Google is your friend. Research everything. Never take anything for face value. I'm not going to play any more of this stuff because it's bothering my spirit. My spirit don't like it. But I thought it would be entertaining for y'all. I'm going to leave y'all with this. All right? I'm going to leave y'all with this. I'm going to reach out to Blanca and my man, Drew. I don't know. The creative juices are flowing in my head. And because I'm going through this spiritual growth, I like to bring Blanca on, my man T. And Drew's like, he wanna be on one of the episodes. So I'm going to hit Drew up. Send him a private DM. Hit him up. See if you like to do an episode. And I'm gonna hit Blanca up privately too. Because I think that episode I want to touch more on my spiritual side and the spiritual growth that I'm going through. Because I'm telling you, my man TB posting a lot of stuff that it just goes over people's heads. Not mine. I see exactly what he's posting and what he's talking about. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you're just fascinated with X, Y, and Z." I remember one of his replies was, "I'm a Sagittarius. I'm a thinker by nature." Exactly. I'm like, if you know the nigga sign, you'll see why he's doing what he's doing. That's how we roll. We're deep thinkers. Fun fact, Jay-Z's a Sagittarius. Let that sink in. So yeah, shout out to Blanca. Shout out to Save the Day Radio, my brother Ness and his crew over there. Shout out to my man Drew. Shout out to my spiritual brother Alan. Shout out to my spiritual brother Isaiah. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's going to be this week's episode, y'all. There's a lot more talking this week because I told y'all I've been having, I am curious to see what Friday brings. I'm protected, so I'm good. Whatever tricks the devil got going, so he can go somewhere else with that because your boy is good. Your boy is really good. So anyway, that is a wrap for this episode. Our Thoughts, Not Yours podcast, even though it's OG flying solo, son. I will be back probably this Sunday and Monday with Lash and Little Bully, depending on how he's feeling, because, that pain is going to kick in soon. So depending on how he's feeling, I will link up with my son. If not, you guys will definitely hear from me again next week. Whatever the spirit comes to me for me to talk about, I'll talk about it. But yeah, man, there's some other things I want to talk about too. I want to dive into some relationship stuff because YouTube, I don't know, these electronic devices. Never mind. I'm gonna talk about that another time. But yeah, this was so good. This is a very interesting week, so to speak. But yeah, that's a wrap. Before I wrap it up, I want to send out a special shout out to Miss Chung. You know who you are. I see what you're going through, and my prayers and thoughts go out to your family. Even in the darkest times, you must be that light at the end. Just let that sit on you. Even through the darkest times, you must be that light at the end. I know what she's going through is very rough, is unbearable. But even through the darkest times, she shall and will be the light at the end. She is loved and she is blessed. She probably doesn't remember me, but I remember her because I believe she was good friends with Elvon. R.I.P. So that's how I remember. And it's sad to see what she's going through, but stay strong. God loves you, and he loves your son.